This is Dabu7. Overnight, it looks like North Korea has picked up its saber rattling, and this time, it's taken it a step further. They are now stating that they will reduce the U.S. to ashes with a super mighty preemptive strike if anything was to go down. Now, whether China is right about this 25th date or the timing of the next test, one thing seems to be clear here. They're going to test at some point, and the United States is vowing to stop it, to shoot it down, or to counter it if they do. Now, there's a couple different tests they can run. Just a regular missile test, or they could try one of these nuclear tests once again. What's different here about all the other threats that we heard of is that North Korea has stated this time that not only will it reduce the U.S. to ashes, but they say that any of the invading forces in South Korea and the surrounding areas will be wiped out immediately. And it says that the U.S. mainland will be reduced to ashes. Now, many can say this is just saber rattling. They could never touch this country. Okay? My thing is this, though. If anything ever happens in this country and they want to blame it on them, then how did it happen? They were saying the same thing in Pearl Harbor. How did they get all the way across the ocean and you not see them? Said the same thing about 9/11. Same thing about Gulf of Tonkin. My thing is this. The only way something like this is going to go down, they're going to strike this country, is if it goes through the same process as those other events. And it is allowed to happen. Now, if you were to say this back right when they were getting ready to go to war with Japan, people would have said you're crazy. But now, decades later, we know the truth of what happened as they watched them come across the ocean, and they gave them the excuse that they needed to drop bombs on Japan. You can't rule out that they would not allow another event to go down, a la 9/11. If the next one was to occur, it would be, in my opinion, by the exact same hands on this world stage. And they would point the finger at someone else to go to war with. I guess the bottom line here is that, from what we've been told, North Korea doesn't have the capability to hit the United States mainland. So if anything ever did happen, there would have to be something else at play here. Whether they had something hidden off the coast, or another country was involved. For them to strike mainland USA, it just seems out of the range at this point, right? Well, I guess nothing is off the table when the world is a stage. But I just wanted to put this out there and let it be known that this is some of the most recent comments coming from them, and I will continue to update as things change. Stay tuned for more. This has been Dabu7.